Oh yeah, shit.
What?
Yeah,
What girl?
Julia Kilbride.
Really?
Yeah, she just posted a story. Happy birthday, Ian with a heart. Can't wait to celebrate. And I never knew they had any connections, so they got to be
Ian with a heart.
Yeah, you don't do that for a friend.
Yeah.
Like an Instagram story.
Yeah,
I never knew they
you
were
don't do that
friends.
with your friends unless you're like best friends.
Yeah,
Which
and
I feel like
I don't
you
think
wouldn't
they
know.
were.
Yeah.
There's no way. I had no idea they even knew each other.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe somehow.
I'm just shocked. It's one of those where you're like, what?
Yeah, you're like, why is this
Yeah.
happening? I just want to make sure this is recording. I think it is, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's picking up the mics too, which is good. Yeah, that's why I want to have it focus on that. Normally, I just let it sit wherever. I'm actually going to turn this. Am I tripping?
What?
There was just a thing. Yeah, there we go. I want to turn that off. Maybe that's why it was echoing. Maybe because that's picking up the mic on the laptop.
I see.
So maybe, well, I guess now I'll know when I watch the beginning of this stream if that was what was causing the echo. Because like when I'll play something out of the TV, I turn on that mic.
Yeah.
So it like picks it up. But maybe I just never turned it off last time. But yeah, I want to start keeping these here so I know if it cuts out.
So I don't have my glasses. So is that the mic thing?
Yeah, these are the two mics moving. Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of hard to see. That's the only bad thing.
I don't have my glasses either.
Yeah.
I'm practically blind.
Practically blind. Yeah.
No, I am. It's so bad. I like when I'm running. If I don't have like prescription sunglasses. So if someone's running towards me, like I can like make out if they're a woman or a man. Like
no other features.
They could be like really hot or really ugly, and I have no idea.
That would be fun if you thought a girl was really hot and you tried to hit on her. And then.
Yeah. Well.
Speaking of, good.
All right. I was running behind this girl today, and I thought she was gorgeous. Like from like
afar. Yeah.
No. I like had vision. I was close enough. Well, okay. Let me tell you this. So I was running at Peace Valley today, and this like they always do like 5Ks there.
Yeah.
And like there's some little events, and like people are cheering me on, like I'm in the race. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on mile like 12. I'm not in a 5K. And this old man who was doing it, he used to be in the Marines. Super cool dude. He saw me running, and he knew I wasn't in it. And he goes like, "So what mile are you on?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on mile 10 of 13 today." And he came up to he's like he started running with me, asking me like, "Am I doing a marathon?"
How old is this? Like the old man?
I'd say late 60s. Like,
Okay,
he's out
gotcha,
of his, like,
gotcha.
career and everything.
Yeah.
Like, but he was a
old.
Marine, and he was like running with me. He still looked in good shape, obviously, not like ripped or anything. He was running with me. Like he asked me, "Is this my first marathon that I'm training for?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, you're doing the Philly one then? I'm assuming." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That was my first." And he's like, "Only tip of like he ran with me for a whole mile. It was actually pretty cool."
Was he running like, and you came up behind him or something, or he was just on the sidelines?
He came up to me and then like kind of paced me. I was like telling him the pace I was trying to do, and he like ran up to it and he's like run at the speed with me, and it was like the easiest mile I've ever done at that speed.
Yeah.
Because like I knew I had to stay with him, and he was talking to, and I was like comfortable like with my breathing enough to talk. But what he said like as he was leaving me, he's like, "My final and only tip like for any type of race," and he's like, "You can apply this to life. Just find a girl with a cute butt and just follow her." And he like said it was nice meeting you.
That is a good.
Yeah, and I was like, method. I wish I had like a TikTok following that I like had a video of this and be like, someone find this dude's like grandkids so I can reach out to him.
Yeah,
it was like my favorite experience. But
that's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, back to what I was saying though. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
I thought this girl was gorgeous from behind. I like whatever. Whole fit or whatever, and I like ran around, and I'm running. It's like 8:30 in the morning, so like I say good morning to people when I go by them. I don't know why, but
I do too.
Like,
yeah,
I tend to go good morning, and like the throw is not the same.
Butterface.
Yeah, it was like I was kind of like I was excited. I was gonna smile and say good morning to like because she looked around our age.
Yeah.
And
you like visualized it in your head a couple times
oh
before
God,
you
like,
did.
I should say something.
Yeah.
She was running too, but I picked up pace, ran by, and I like turned and was like, "Good morning." I was like, "Oh, all right," and then I kept running. And it was just like, okay. My eyes are just terrible.
She's like, man, no one normally talks to me. That guy's really nice.
No one says hi to me when they're
Yeah,
running.
no one normally says hi.
No, I just do it because like I feel like every person coming by me, like some people, like I either give like a nod.
Yeah, yeah. You can kind of tell if
a
they're like the
recognition.
type of people who
Yeah.
are gonna smile and say hi back, or if they're just
Yeah.
chugging.
There's some dudes who are like, don't even look up. I'm like, all right. I'm
Yeah.
just saying hi. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
giving the nod. Like I don't know.
And if-
I feel uncomfortable if I don't do it.
yeah. It's like weird acting like the other person's
Yeah.
not there. The only time I won't do it is if I can tell that person is like in that locked in
Yeah,
state.
no.
Like I passed a guy today in a weight vest, and he was like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
leaving him alone.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Turn
Um,
that shit off, Drew. Come on, this is a serious show.
This is professional. I invited you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing cute girls running, though, I saw a girl today, and it wasn't that I couldn't. Like she wasn't close to me. She was far away, and she
Yeah.
was coming my way, and I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
that looks like a cute young girl our age coming up.
Yeah.
So then we like get up, and I like wasn't like staring at her as she was approaching. I was just like running straight,
Acting like
planning
you
to.
don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I like wave and say hi, and guess who it was? Didis.
Rachel?
Yeah, walking her dog, like a fat curly-haired dog. Yeah,
That's
isn't that crazy?
I mean,
And then
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah.
she is cute. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, right. And then we
She
chatted
live
for
out
like
here?
5 minutes. Yeah, she lives with her parents and works at Doylestown Hospital.
Doing what?
I assumed nursing, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't
she's
think she
doing
went to
something
school
else.
For nursing. Maybe
Yeah,
she's just like working like an administrative type thing.
Maybe.
Unless she's trying
I
to
should've
become
asked
a
her
nurse. Yeah, she might be trying to. I don't, because she went to Westchester and they don't have a nursing program. I believe.
Oh, they don't
or-
even have nursing. Damn.
They might actually, but I don't think she. From whenever, like, I remember talking with Andrew and they were still together through college. I don't think she was ever in nursing, but maybe she is now. That's cool.
No, I have no idea. I assumed
I
she
thought
was,
she
but I
lived
didn't
in
want to
Akron.
ask because there's definitely been a point where I asked her major, like
Yeah.
probably multiple times, and I don't remember.
Yeah.
So
I do the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
if I know I should have remembered something and I probably did ask, I just like don't even bring it up.
yeah, like ask a different question.
Yeah.
yeah,
Totally steer off.
yeah.
That's crazy. I thought she was like in Hapro. I swore she was from Hapro.
I think she is in Hapro and lives with her parents, but
oh shit,
to
you're on
the-
the power line trail.
I was on the Powerline Trail. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
true.
she might have drove over there to walk her dog. I drove over
Yeah.
there to.
Because I remember I went to her grad party, and that was like, I think this was before. I think her parents split. Yeah, her parents did split, and this was when they weren't still, and it was, or maybe it was at her dad's, and like really, he lived more out this way, and I remember that, but that's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, and it seems like it went by quicker than
Yeah,
I expected.
that's funny that you ran in there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, talking about a cute girl on a podcast right before he's about to go to his girlfriend's.
Oh well, it's not like
Yeah, I
cheating
know.
or anything
Yeah.
weird. Like, I guarantee when she sees an attractive guy, her brain
thinks
at
that.
least thinks the thought.
Yeah,
you know what
no,
I mean?
I'm not calling you
Yeah.
out. You know, I
And
think it's
I knew her, so it's fine. And we have 0 viewers. And
yeah.
yeah.
That's funny. No, I'm not
No,
saying-
I know. Yeah.
It's like
It's ironic.
it's just I think people like get so upset about that type of stuff, and it's just like you're not gonna just stop thinking other people are attractive just because you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
If you act on it, sure, then it's a little.
Move that mic just a little closer.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good.
I realized when I hit it. If you
Yeah.
like act on it, sure, then it's like one thing, but you're still gonna think people are attractive.
Oh, yeah.
Like my parents still do that. Like my dad will say to my mom, like, "Oh, she's pretty," and my mom's just like, "Yeah, you know, I've seen good-looking guys."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think honestly, if you don't do that, I think it's like that's not normal. Like
No, and
if you try to pretend
Nah.
that you're not, then it's like that's a bad thing.
if someone says they don't, then they're lying, and that's like
That's worse.
that's a red flag. Like, not even that they're lying about that in particular thing, but that they're willing to lie over something so little
Yeah,
that
like-
obviously you think
Yeah.
that's the whole point. You think that, but you choose not to because you care so much about this one person. That's like
Yeah.
the whole point of marriage, you know?
Yeah, and like, yeah, and it shouldn't matter. Like, if you're the type to get jealous over that, if that person acts on it, sure, like that can be bad. But you know, if you're just thinking that and you get jealous, then you got to kind of reevaluate how you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
definitely.
started not to go off of this, but like, do you listen to music or do you?
No,
listen to
not really.
podcasts?
I don't really like music at all.
Me neither.
No, I'm just kidding. I like music. Yeah.
When you run.
Oh, when I run I thought
Sorry.
you meant just like in life.
Yeah, you listen to music. Have you ever heard of this thing called music?
Dude, there's this girl in my. We'll get back to that in a sec. There's this girl in my like engineering fraternity at school. I won't say her, Kelly. She doesn't listen to music. Like she just like doesn't enjoy music, or she says she just like doesn't get anything out of it. Like she can when she's around it, it's not like it annoys her, but
it doesn't like entertain her.
yeah, it doesn't like give her like in the car. She just listens to nothing.
See,
Or,
I've
like-
actually heard people say that like, well, there's these crazy people that say like, oh, we give ourselves too much noise pollution. Noise pollution is a thing, but like, because like our ears aren't meant to hear blasting noise. Like,
Yeah.
in our faces.
Do you
like,
play it at 10 volume or like maximum volume?
If I have the Jeep top down or on windows down, yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But it's still loud. Like I definitely, because I have the wind blowing in, and that noise, that's definitely terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes if like I'm in a good mood or whatever, or it's a nice night. Like tonight, I had it pretty close to maximum while driving. Like,
Yeah.
Where I probably couldn't hear if someone honked at me, that's the other bad thing I think about it. Like,
That is pretty loud.
yeah, and like I think I have bad hearing too, but bad sight, bad hearing, everything. I know, but I think like I can drive without music. I think sometimes it's relaxing, but if it's a long drive, no.
Oh, yeah. I would never choose to listen to it without music.
Yeah.
My car didn't have the Bluetooth for the longest time, so like if I was going on a short ride, I mean most of the time I'll just play music out of my phone, but like if it's hot and I'm just like going 5 minutes to class and I want to put the windows down because it had no AC at the time, I'll just be like fuck it, like I'll just drive. But no, I would never choose to do that. On runs though, I try not to listen to a ton of music because I feel like David Goggins said this, and this isn't like this definitely isn't the worst. There's way worse things to like do than listen to music on a run, you know what I mean? But he has a good point that it's somewhat like false motivation. Like it'll like Eye of the Tiger, like that shit gives you gas, you know what I mean? Which isn't a bad thing, but I like to save it for when I feel like I really need it, because if I listen to music the whole time, by mile 4 or 5, it's like not doing much for you. You know what I mean?
You become numb to it. You don't. It's like in the back of your head that it's playing. You're not actively listening to it.
Yeah, and it almost becomes like, I don't know if you ever feel this way. Like if I'm really struggling, it becomes like annoying. Like I'll hit pause and like just listen to the sound of my feet for a little.
Or like your breathing.
Yep.
I mean, today I was by like the water, so it kind of like felt nice. Like I kind of like I reached a point like, so I've started to listen to podcasts when I'm running because like it kind of makes the time go by faster.
I agree.
Because I feel in my head a song is about 3.5 minutes, so like I know like I'm gonna listen to a lot of songs over the course of a run, and like they're short, so they don't really correlate to like long amount of time or longer lengths of time. So like a podcast, if it's like today I listened to a podcast that was an hour and 45 minutes long. When I'm running, like I kind of have no idea where I'm at in the podcast minutes wise.
Yep.
Like I try to just ignore that. Like I don't have a sense that okay, I've listened to 6 songs, so I'm probably about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In. Like I have no idea. So it kind of like lets me forget about that. I'm like I try to look at my watch less like lately. Because I know with distance, I'm going to keep checking because I'm getting tired. And I almost want to, like, forget the fact that I'm running.
Dude, I could not agree more. Doing the numbers in your head, like, I was doing that today. I had my path marked out where I was going to run. I'm, like, running around the laps. I'm like, all right, I'm right around this point.
Yeah.
But I actually changed my watch so that
I got to get a Garmin,
Dude, you should. I'll show you right now. I'll act like I'm starting a run and then just discard it in the end. But it used to be, this screen wasn't originally there. It was this screen that has like distance, pace, heart rate,
so now you
timer.
do the heart rate zone.
But then, I added this one, which is just your pace, because you need to put something in it. And I was like, give me the bare minimum. And this is like a graph of your pace as you run.
That's good.
So if I look at that, it's nice. Like, and then the one right down is the heart rate. So then I can get that information.
Yeah, I was going to say,
like,
definitely have that because longer distance runs, I mean, if you want to build your aerobic base, you want to stay in your aerobic heart rate zone.
Yeah.
You don't want to have it too high. So I do suggest keeping the heart rate and the heart rate zone like available to you. Like I check for that. Like that's so I have an old Garmin and it has like a similar interface, but it's smaller. So like it's like I can either choose the length I've ran, the time, and the pace, which is the first screen. But then the second screen is heart rate zone, heart rate, and forget something else. But like I can quickly switch them, and I try to just keep the heart rate one on because like I can generally have an idea. Okay, if my heart rate's like over 165, then I know I'm running a faster pace.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm starting to learn to like gauge it based off my heart rate.
It's honestly better to I
Yeah.
feel like to gauge it based off your heart rate than
Yeah, I think
your actual
I mean
pace.
that way it's better training. I think because like you're not really like yes you can gain value in training at a high heart rate like that's short interval sprinting all that type of stuff. But in terms of aerobic stuff, like distance, I think it's better to have a knowledge of your heart rate than it is to know that, okay, I beat my mile pace from like before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll look at that eventually, but I'm really trying to stop because what I do when I run is like, okay, like I'm running 12 miles and then like each mile I'm like, okay, 10, 9 more, 8 more. So I'm kind of like counting it down, like looking for the end. And I heard somebody talk about like you can almost bring on fatigue from your mind
By
like,
knowing that.
by knowing like okay I only have 2 more miles left, so your mind tells your body you should start to feel fatigue
Yeah.
because it's like
I
okay,
think that was
you're in
happening to me today.
yeah, and I did that too today because it was warmer, so naturally the heart was up.
Yep.
But I was like I was like, oh my god, I have 3 more miles, and like the fatigue just kept becoming heavier. Like I
Yeah.
felt my legs get heavier because you're telling your brain, okay, I'm finishing in 3 miles, so I should be getting tired around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like if you forget about that stuff and you're not thinking about okay, I have 1 more mile, 2 more miles, whatever. I think it like you don't bring on that fatigue. Yes, you'll get fatigued in general because there is
Yeah.
physical fatigue, but I believe there's a mental aspect.
I agree. Today, I try to do this. It's not as easy necessarily on the short runs because they're so short anyway, but on the long runs,
like the path.
yeah, exactly. You know where you're going, but even then, it's not like you're as fatigued then.
Yeah.
But like the longer runs, I did this for a little bit today before my mind retreated back to like, okay, I know you got 3 miles left or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you try to think about it, like it is the actual race day just to
Yeah.
like get in that headspace when you're running of like, okay, I'm doing 26 miles. And then when you get to 13, you're done and you're like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
And that did help for like a couple miles. But then, I don't know, you know how it goes. Your brain starts focusing on it. I feel like
Yeah.
you do. At least I'm curious if you do spiral a little bit. Like once you think like, oh shit, like I'm starting to feel a little tired, and you think about that for more than like 10, 15 seconds, then like shit starts jumping out. You try to focus on your podcast, but then you're like, fuck, my knees are feeling. So I feel like, and I didn't do this today. I'm just thinking of this as we were talking about it. I think next long run, if I start to have any negative thoughts, just like cut it out. Or like cut it off.
Try to like
before
say
it
something
sets a seed.
positive or like affirming.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like no,
or just say nothing at all, or don't do anything. Like focus on the like because I think it's inevitable that your brain is going to do the math on how much longer.
Yeah,
but
it is.
But it's easy to think the first thought and stop it. Versus you can definitely think it, and then now you're doing math for like 30 seconds or a minute trying to figure out exactly how much you have.
I know I'll always count, the miles I'm at. I mean, anybody, you should because you want to know where you're at. But I think what I'm trying to do is like just revert from doing the countdown.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, I'm trying to get. It's like I'm telling my body that I want this to be over by counting down.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you like reverse it, and it's just like you're counting up, and not thinking about like where you're stopping. It kind of, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't add that to it. But I do spirals sometimes where I like. There's certain parts of a podcast episode, like this has happened like over the 2 big runs recently. There's parts of it that I just kind of like
black out.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I don't really remember listening to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the parts where I'm starting to think about, oh, I'm tired, or my knee's kind of achy right now. Or like, because that eventually goes away over the course of a run. Like at one point in the run, your knee might feel achy, and then a mile later, you're not even thinking about it. I mean, there is like
that is
endorphins.
it's weird how the body does that.
It's your brain shutting it out. It's like, your mind controls everything because that pain was still there. Like to say that I felt pain in my knee at one point and then I didn't. it's always there. It's just your brain either saying to ignore it and focus on something else, or your brain saying, "Hey, I'm noticing this."
Yeah.
So that's why, like, the podcast today I listened to actually was about, like, positive affirmations and, like, positive psychology, essentially, and how it
Okay.
can impact.
What podcast was it?
It was Nick Bear's podcast.
Okay,
But,
nice.
He had.
I never listened to his. I should.
It's good. His recent ones have gotten much better. I think in the beginning it was just kind of like the same things that he puts out on his YouTube.
Yeah.
But this one was with one of his athletes that's like a recent college grad, like same age as us, studied neuroscience, is like taking a gap year and just like doing all his like athlete stuff because he's an athlete for BPN now.
Wow.
And he does like triathlons, and he was just talking about. So he wants to go into clinical psychology, all that. So he like has a degree in neuroscience, and he was just saying, kind of, first thing that really captured my mind was thinking versus having a thought. So like there is a difference, like thinking about something versus having a thought about something.
Interesting.
So if you have a thought about
Yeah.
something, usually like the next step is usually to act on it. And when you do that, you're kind of not tying any emotions. You had a thought about something and you take the steps to do it. There's no tide. There's nothing. There's no energy tied into the thinking about it. When you think about something, and then you, over a course of time per se, like you add emotion to it and you add energy to it. And like if you think about something for a long enough time, like big decisions, you tie so many emotions to it that your mind kind of sees it as this huge ordeal that like you may not even end up accomplishing it because in your head you're telling yourself you have so many emotions tied to it. You have so much energy you've spent on thinking about it.
Now you're invested. You've spent
Yeah.
so much time. You got to make the right
And it
decision
seems
now.
like
yeah.
it's more pressure on yourself, and so like it makes it this huge ordeal that like most times people just back out of because they create these possibilities and scenarios where most times none of them happen.
Yeah.
But you think about it so long, but whereas like having a thought about something and acting, there's like
Less time for it to develop.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. Like if you think about it, like your brain is a bunch of spots, and as something goes by, it lights
Yeah.
up and tacks more information onto it. If that thought's swirling around your
Emotions,
head, it's
yeah.
going to pick up a bunch of stuff along the way, and it
Yeah,
ingrains those
fear.
patterns in your brain. And
Yeah.
then later on, when you look back, your body can retrace all those
Yeah.
associated paths, and
Absolutely.
it seems like a way bigger storm than it really is.
I mean, I'm sure we all relate to that. Like we've all done
Yeah.
that. I mean, no one's perfect, but he used it to explain like, when I have a really hard training event coming up, like I don't think about all week like, oh, I got to run like 15 miles on Saturday, or oh, I got to swim then take a 80-mile bike. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think about it. I just the day of, I see what it is. I have the thought, okay, I got to do this, and I act on it. I wait till it kind of like keeps you more present rather than, leaving the moment and thinking about something that may or may not happen.
Yeah, or thinking like you have a certain way of how a run is going to go in your head, and if it doesn't go that way,
You're setting yourself
then
up for failure in the
yeah,
mental aspect.
yeah. That's kind of what I was like a little bit today. I'm learning a lot, like
Doing this?
doing this, and also like the podcast, because we get both each other's thoughts. And
Yeah.
if we weren't doing it, I would never just sit down and think, okay, I'm going to think for an hour about everything I learned from the race. Like I would think little stuff like, okay, don't focus on the time or the miles, but like the counting up, that's a great
Yeah.
thing. But anyway, what was I fucking
It was the same thing. My mind
oh yeah,
races.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I said my mind races. I get it.
Yeah. But I was thinking like before this week, I thought this run was going to be like a really good run.
Yeah.
Where I was going to be feeling good because I was sick last week. Like last Wednesday, I was not
Feeling
feeling.
well?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Not feeling well.
Yeah, not feeling great, but not horrible. And what did I do Saturday? I was doing something that Saturday where I knew I wouldn't be able to do my long run, so I did my long run
The day before.
on Wednesday to like switch it up. So I did 12 miles after work, but then after that I felt like so sick.
Yeah.
So then I didn't really run for maybe 4 or 5 days till like Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and I felt really good. Like
Yeah.
felt like there was gas in the tank. So I thought today was going to be like a good run, and it was way worse than I expected. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which I guess that doesn't necessarily set me up for failure, but
I think
in
you're
a way,
just
it's better if you
expectation.
just think, okay, today's 13-mile
Yeah.
day. Let's go. Yeah.
That's why I almost like don't like being able to see like. I mean, it's good to have the schedule and plan so you can plan around things, but what I'm trying to do is like leave. I want to do the same types of runs on the same days, because I think that builds a pattern in your mind to expect, like what to expect. I mean, we're talking about thinking versus stuff, but like having that, like, okay, like when I wake up Wednesday, I know like I'm running a faster tempo of what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is hypothetical, but or like I know like when I wake up Saturday, like I'm saving Saturday for my long run. That's when I do it. So I prepare Friday night by having like a big dinner.
Yeah, you can't
or
think
big
about
carb
it
dinner.
zero. Yeah.
Yeah, like you do need to think about it. Like I mean, I do believe in planning. That's not the. It's just in terms of like the emotions part about it, like having this fear. Like I mean, this week honestly, like last week I saw 12, and I was like, okay, it's a long run.
Yeah.
And I kind of was a little worried about it, but I like went into it, and I like I said, I finished and felt like I could have ran 5 more.
Really?
So I felt like you, kind of like you, I felt this 13 was going to be easy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, just one more mile. I could have done that last week.
Yeah.
And I struggled. Like I struggled those 10 to 13. Like I really had to push myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was, had to stop, or they had a water. I didn't drink enough water today or the night before.
That's
like,
a hard thing too, not having, because on the race we're gonna have aid stations every couple miles. Now I'm not carrying a fucking water bottle with me.
I see people do that. I'm like, I get so fucking annoyed with that.
Yeah.
Like gripping something. Like I know they have the ones where like you can put your hand through and it's like a slot.
Even that.
I don't want to weight in my hand.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would wear one of those things that has like the pockets on the back of the shirt.
That's what I have.
But do you have one?
Well, I have like a waist.
Oh, nice.
Not like a fanny pack, but like a runner, like
yeah.
a runner's fanny pack.
I swear, it's not a fanny pack.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that goes around your waist that holds items.
Everyone looks at me funny when I run by, but no, it's one of those thin ones where like you could either it doesn't fit a lot. You could probably put your phone in it, or what I do. I don't bring my phone. I use my watch as cellular, but like I have data on my watch, or
so you can control your music with it.
That's the
that
nice
is
part.
nice.
But
that
what
is
I
really
do
nice.
have, I just put so for these long runs, so I take I'm just trying to get really good about like fueling for these long runs, because like last week, like I said, I fueled for it great, and the 12 miles felt easy.
Yeah.
And like I associated that in my head. I was like, wow, if I because I think everyone when they're running thinks, okay, I should eat less so I feel lighter and I don't have anything in my stomach so I can run. Like that was my thought. I don't know about yours.
Yeah.
But, was that like?
I feel that I don't necessarily think like, oh, it makes me lighter, but I do notice like if you eat too close to a run, you feel it slosh around your stomach. I feel like you get cramps easier.
Yeah.
Like it's just not like I would much rather do it on a light or empty.
Yeah, well, that's why people sometimes run in the morning without anything in their stomach. Which to some degree, I understand, especially if it's not a super long distance. I would do that. Well, like these long distances, like a half, so it takes me 30 minutes to Peace Valley. So right before I leave, the past 2 runs now, I've had a bagel and a banana, so that's plenty of carbs. And then when I'm running, 45 minutes in, I take a gel, and then the next 45 minutes I take a gel. And I've felt like I don't feel underfueled. I feel like I'm capable of keep moving my legs.
Did you eat a big dinner last night? Big carb dinner last night?
I didn't, and that's why I think I didn't. I'm not saying that's the reason, because it was hotter today.
It definitely could be a big
But
part of it.
I think it definitely played a role.
Yeah.
And so it really is important. I think that gets overlooked, the nutrition. But when on that marathon race day, I know, I want to, know ahead of time, the night before, not the night before, but a couple of days, know, which aid stations I'm going to have either, a food or, which aid stations I'm definitely taking a gel or water and Gatorade.
Yeah.
I don't
I've been
want,
doing, every 4 miles with the gels.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do it more, because I feel like I think when we take them now, my perception, I'm taking them when I'm, I severely need it.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you do it more often, you'll you'll feel less energy, but you'll never get to the point where I need it.
It's a more consistent flow. Yeah.
So I want to start, but I don't want to start I don't want to wait till race day to do that. I know I think throughout October I'm gonna try to do that. My runs have more of the gels.
Yeah.
So my body gets used to eating that.
Yeah.
Throughout.
I think it was you who told me that if it's better to do it in the runs, because then your body gets used to it and will burn out of the previous one if it expects another one coming. I wonder, I was thinking about this the other day, Is there an ideal amount of time? We could probably find this on a Google search if we wanted to. That's another little tech upgrade. I started using the wireless keyboard
sick,
and mouse,
yeah.
so that way I don't have to like lean up and type, which is what I had to. That would be a real pain using the webcam today. But I was wondering if there's like an ideal amount of time before the marathon, specifically like that race day, how long we should be eating a bunch of carbs. Because I feel like do you want to eat carbs a bunch every day for the entire week before, or is that too much? I feel like you might. There might be a point of diminishing returns, like maybe the 3 days before.
I was gonna
big
say
pasta meals,
3 to 2 days.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Is the race Saturday?
I
or
think
Sunday?
it's a Sunday.
I think it is Sunday.
It is because Saturday is like the half marathon.
Yeah,
or some other event.
I wish it was Saturday.
I know. I hate that because like
We're gonna be sore as fuck on Monday.
yeah, and we have to go to work.
Yeah.
That's the part I fucking hate. Like
We're gonna be walking around like I got like
yeah.
fucked by a big black dude.
Yeah. Has to be a big black.
Yeah.
It always has to be. I don't like. I also hate it in the fact too. Like I feel like when I complete this, like I remember when I did my half marathon. It was a Saturday, and that night, like it was in Philly, and we were like, okay, we were both invited to this sorority's formal, and it was that night. We're like, should we just stay out here and like celebrate, or should we just drive the 2.5 hours back after the race and go to this formal and, have fun. And, like, we did that, and it was, like, so fun because I went to a small school.
Yeah.
I mean, our fraternities and sororities still had, like, 50 to 70 people in them, so good amount. It's not like it was, like,
people
10.
knew each other well.
But, like, it was kind of like, it was the same size as, like, high school. Like, you knew of everybody, and you generally knew a lot about a lot of people.
Yeah.
So people knew we were doing it, and, like, it was so much fun to be, like, everyone knew, like, they were so hyped for us, and we, like, had fun. We drank. We had a good night. And we probably shouldn't have just because our bodies probably didn't need alcohol. But, like, I almost, like, this is going to be my first marathon, and it's, like, Sunday, like, sure, I could go hard and have fun that night, but, like, I know I'm going to feel tired.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not going to be wanting to do it, but it's, like, I can't even have
You
that
don't have the option now, yeah.
Like, I kind of just have to be like, all right, I ran a marathon, maybe go have dinner, and then, go to bed.
Yeah,
I got to get up at 5:30.
Yeah.
I honestly, you know what? Maybe I'll take off.
I was thinking that, too.
It probably is a good idea.
I fucking don't have... How much time off do you get?
Well, I, like...
Or is it... It's not really
it's not a big
designated?
deal right now, because I'm in, like, a job that sets me up for, like, my school.
Gotcha.
So it's, like, kind of like... So I'm a physical therapy aide. So it's kind of like it's a full-time job, but, like... I don't get like
full-time.
Like it's not like an adult job where I have a contract.
Yeah,
and, like,
you got like a certain amount of.
It's kind of like I need this for my applications that it adds.
Yeah,
I'm not at that point.
If you tell them ahead of time, it's fine.
Yeah, like if I tell them ahead of time on the schedule, like I'll get off. Like,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm not like I have 10 PTO days.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucked.
That's what I'm like. I have 10
you
and
have
I
10?
used. So I get. When you start, you get 10, but then you don't start accruing new ones until 6 months out.
Yeah.
So I have 10 that need to last me 6 months, and then I'll earn 3 hours a week, which is kind of crazy. But
isn't that good? 3 hours a week?
No, it is good, but it's just crazy thinking about like. It's like a system where like you do something and you get a reward, and eventually you can spend your rewards on like something you want to do.
Like,
you know what I mean?
When you put it like that, it actually is kind of crazy. It makes me think of like either like giving a dog a treat to do something,
yeah, exactly.
or like any video game ever where like you earned you did something, you were given like 1,000 coins, and you go spend them on a player. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah.
Or a new weapon mod or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Fortnite skin.
That's why I feel like starting your own business is like the way to go. You
yeah,
know what
I mean, if
then you get, I mean, you don't get unlimited PTO because if you just did nothing all the time, then the company wouldn't work. But like you can,
if you don't need to work, you don't need to work.
Yeah, and if you know exactly what's going on with everything, you can plan it out for like, so that Monday I don't have any meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know if I should use, because I used one a couple weekends ago. I'm using one in a couple weekends, and
well, like I actually just
yeah.
called Grady today, and well, he told me his whole like business thing that happened.
Dude, yeah, I heard a little bit about it, but not a lot. Do you know? You probably know more
Bad.
details.
Yeah, he told me
He told me
today.
Chris was lying to them, and that he took a bunch of money or something, and he moved back to Texas
Yeah.
which we knew after the heart attack. But
Yeah, I think that was pretty much. I mean, he kind of told me little things in between. I guess. I'm trying to think. Well, like he had said, like he had texted them saying, he had 4 stents put in his heart, which is something with your arteries.
Yeah.
That I mean, 4 stents put in his arm, which is not. That never really happens. If you
that'd
do,
be like
it's
a crazy amount. You mean,
Yeah, like you usually get 1.
Yeah.
So that was like Grady said that they looked that up. They're like, all right, that sounds sketchy.
Yeah.
And then what else? The property they were working on, they were like still quote unquote missing like 40,000, and then like they asked them and they're like, we sent it to Chris, and they asked Chris and he was just like block them, and the money's just like not in. Like Grady and like who's the other guy?
Cole, they
Cole,
don't have access.
no
to
idea.
it.
And like they had went into his room and I was like, don't do this anymore. But they had like saw some of his mail and opened up, and because I was like, legally, if you take any legal action, you don't want to
Yeah.
know that you were opening up his documents,
Mail, yeah.
because that is illegal. And they were saying some of them were like, close to $30,000 in debt from school. Some of them, like he had so many, like not even opening them, but like envelopes about credit cards, like denying. So like Chris must have like a really big hole in debt.
Financial problems.
Yeah, and so he took all this money, moved away, and then like he also filed bankruptcy for the company, so the company ceased to exist. So like Grady and
Did they
Cole,
like get a letter about that too?
I don't know. He didn't
Yeah.
tell me that, but he was like, we don't have we technically can't operate it with that company. We don't have like the money or resources because we're missing money. We're missing like 30 grand or whatever. And
Holy shit.
yeah, and they were whatever. What he was gonna say? He was like, yeah, we kind of like. I said to him, I was like, in all seriousness, like, it's pretty much free or cheap to get a consult from a lawyer, like to give them a consult about a situation, and then they can decide if they can take it on. Then you'll have to pay them. But like, I was like, this isn't like a joke amount of money. Like, this is serious.
Yeah.
Like, you could take legal action. And
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what would happen, but I was like, you should seriously consider it and like at least go to a lawyer because it's pretty cheap or free
Yeah.
to have a consult, and you should do that because that's a lot of money. But he was
That is
saying
a lot of money.
he was saying because he said him and Cole were owed each around like 10 grand.
Damn.
Yeah, and he was saying that he'll probably move back to PA starting next summer
Okay.
because like he was like, I kind of just been these past couple of years, I've been like, it's kind of expensive and I don't really like have something going right now. Like, I think I'll just save money living at home. I was like, yeah, dude, definitely.
Yeah.
So he's like, I think I might move back starting next summer. So he was like, to my point, he was saying like, if you guys want to come, like, make sure you come in the next 9 months, like,
Damn.
because I won't be out here. So I know I'm like preparing money wise, like if we plan for that.
Plan for that trip. Yeah.
Because I mean, I would love to go to Colorado.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'm down for that.
But yeah,
We should get that on the calendar. The flights will be so much cheaper if we book them.
yeah. And my sister was like, I told my sister about it, and she was like, as a birthday gift, she's like, I'll buy your flight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
So I was
awesome.
like, fucking yeah, like.
Even if not, I bet I'll get Christmas money around then.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, she has like so many like Southwest points, and she's like, I'll
Okay.
buy like a domestic flight for you.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
That's
like,
a great gift.
yeah, I'm not gonna wait till the day before, so it's a crazy absurd.
Yeah,
amount, but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
If she's like been asking me, and I was like, we don't have something planned.
Yeah.
But she was like, if you plan it out and like let me know, I'll pay for it. So even if it's not this one, I know she'll give me
Yeah.
one. Which
We
is
should
nice.
get Grady on a call. Maybe we should call him. I was thinking this too. I don't know if we did this last time. We should send out the link to people.
We should. That way, if they're not doing anything.
Yeah. Normally I'm not able to send it out, and I feel bad having to ask the guests because normally my phone's
Yeah.
the camera, so I can't go on, but I can today. I think I'm shadow banned. When you look up Pat Pod, it doesn't come up. Actually, it does for me, but I think it's because I've looked it up before. Look it up on YouTube. I'm curious to see
Pat
what
Pod?
happens. Yeah. Normally, you have to turn on the filter for channels. The Pat Pod with spaces in between.
Okay.
Pat Pod 11. Copy link. I'm gonna fill my water after I send this out too.
Pat Pod with a space in between, right?
Yeah, with the blue logo.
That's crazy. When I looked it up, the ad was an ice bath.
Dude, it knows. It knows.
That's
Not
fucking
a
weird.
coincidence. That's not a coincidence at all.
That's insane.
Dude,
And I don't talk about
Yeah.
ice baths with
Yeah.
anybody else.
it's not.
It's
a
crazy
coincidence.
that because I've texted you. No, I didn't text you. I said to you that I wanted to do an ice bath over the phone. And I did an ice bath with you, and then we came up here to do a podcast. That's crazy that when I search your fucking podcast, an ice bath ad came
It
up.
comes up.
That's crazy.
Right? It fucking. I guarantee it listens to you.
Yeah, it's right there.
But yeah,
What do you want me to do? Click on it?
like share it, copy the link, send it to whoever you want. You don't really have to send it to anyone if you don't want.
Oh, it's delayed.
Yeah, it is delayed.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
What? That is delayed?
Well, that's how they do it on like radio shows too, because like
Oh yeah.
you know
in
because
case
like if someone just
curses.
goes on like fuck you guys, like they
Yeah,
could get rid
cut
of it.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's why I do it.
I always thought about that. I was like, damn, I could call on the radio and just like ruin their show.
like
Like just like, drop the camera.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
facts.
ruin their show. And I'm like, and I asked my buddies like, no, dude, it's delayed because if anybody comes on there and starts to say something anywhere near inappropriate, they're just
They just cut
it.
Yeah.
They can what they do like you can. That's how they're able to bleep on live radio because it comes into them first and
They have like
just
40
bleep it.
seconds or whatever to.
It's like no,
Maybe
I think
even more.
No,
They
it's
might
a
have a-
short delay.
Oh,
it's like
really?
it's like
So
I
they
my-
just got editors ready to.
yeah. No, they have someone on the show like
Yeah.
he this guy my friend from school they know him on the sports radio show in Philly because he calls all the time like he's just Tim from Downingtown.
Really?
Like they know his number. But he like the one time he like has said he like had his friend have the radio on in the background while he called and like he was talking and it wasn't coming up for about 5 seconds.
Interesting.
So it's a little
Wow, that is a
yeah. So it's a quick
short
like
delay.
like that like they need to be on it, which is
Interesting.
insane. I mean,
Hey, we got a viewer. I'm about to go refill my water real quick. Do you need any water?
I'm good.
All right. Whoever the viewer is, drop your name. We can't see the names of the viewers unless you comment. And say what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we should call Grady, too.
Yeah. I want to get a little more details with it.
Dude, I've got something going on with my knee, and I don't know what it is, but it's like not even in.
Is it hurt?
Yeah, it feels like.
Is it at the bottom right here?
Yeah, a little bit, but not where.
When you come back, I gotta put on my glasses. Do we have a viewer? I think it was just me. It's awkward. Pat, I think it was just me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I closed my phone.
Yeah, it definitely was.
No, we should get Grady.
Oh, wow.
See, maybe we'll see. Like the thing is, even if we get Grady on this, he'll be delayed. So if we were asking him something,
Yeah, we could call him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll call him.
But yeah, it's
No, you know what? He's at a concert.
Oh, that's right.
His story, yeah, he's definitely like fried and.
Yeah. Here, I can show you. It's literally. I forgot, like, you know all about this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go be a physical therapist.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's right
Yeah,
here.
it's your patellar tendon. So,
This thing right here is your patella tendon.
well, that's what it's called. A tendon attaches like bone to muscle, but it's really this is where your hamstring or your quads, all your 4 quad muscles attached
Okay.
right here, and you can kind of like tendonitis. So if it's just like, is it like a sharp pain or is
It's
it
like one specific. It almost feels like a bruise.
yeah, that's
like-
more of like an ache and a spot. So that's probably tendonitis. That's just probably like generally sometimes tendonitis comes from overuse. It could be that you just like stepped a weird way a couple times today and aggravated that area. Ice definitely helps. Take some Advil tonight. It might just get rid of the
It's been
swelling.
like this for a bit, not like just
Mm.
before today. So I didn't know like
It's probably
how to get it
tendonitis
away.
then.
Is there anything I can do?
Have you ever taped your knee?
No.
The
Should
kinesio
I?
tape, the K tape, it's cheap. I would get it. You might need someone to help do like if you ever see someone have their full knee,
Yeah.
you can look up a YouTube. It's not hard. Or what I've been doing, I'll give you. You know what? Don't buy one. I have an extra tape. Just you do a strip across right here. What that does, it lifts the skin off, like the bone and muscle, helps more blood flow to get through, which helps healing.
Interesting.
It also, I think I'm not too knowledgeable with this, but like I believe from what I've talked with people, it helps with more proper
Like form.
when the muscles are like contracting.
Yeah.
More smoother movements.
Yeah.
Because that like it
helps
goes,
pull them in the right path.
Yeah, this is all where they attach. So any of like the strain, you running, and everything, these muscles are being used. Kind of attaches right here. I know
is
what
there
you
like
mean.
knee strengthening stuff I can do or not really to help this?
So anything you want to do. Let me see, because I know from my. So like when you have like you have a gym membership or you have a gym.
Yeah.
Do you have like a leg extension?
No.
So what you can do, do you have any type of
Band?
or
Resistance
weight
band?
that you could put? Like, have you ever so there are ways to do a leg kick without
it, like put a dumbbell on.
Yeah, and you just kick.
Yeah.
So what you can do,
That'll help that like movement.
you won't be able to do this because you need both feet. So what I was gonna say, a leg extension is a good one. This really works the tendon by you kick up with both feet, but then you slowly let the weight down with only the hurt leg. So like
Shit.
I'd kick up and then slowly let the weight. So that really
Fuck,
works.
you're right. I do need the leg extension.
Yeah, because you can't do one because then the weight would just
Yeah.
fall. I'm trying to think. There's like
Unless I made some sort of strap or something
so
out of like
stretches
a
are.
towel. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah,
wrap it
I
around
mean
my foot.
you could do that definitely. I
Just
think
like
stretches are really good too. So what
Yeah.
I've been taught is I'm trying to see if I can show like if you. So obviously you can do like the typical like that stretch,
Yeah.
like holding your leg up, or if you're able to find like a wall or something and put this like foot against it and like slowly come down.
Like on a couch.
Like now in this position right here, I'm like this part of my leg
Yeah.
is straight. I don't feel any type of stretch, but if your leg is like positioned up higher and it's
Yeah.
really so this is really starting to pull it like on a wall, you'll feel a stretch down
Yeah.
your leg, and you want to stretch any type of stretches to the quad muscles can help relieve tension.
Okay. I don't stretch my
stretch?
quads as much as I do stretch a good bit, but my quads are never a huge focus. Like I'll
So,
do
what about your hips?
my hips, glutes, hamstrings, calves. I focus on more than my quads.
Okay.
Not, I guess I don't really.
But
know
I was gonna
why.
say the next thing I was gonna say is like I've also heard from many people that like because you got to think about the leg like works its way down. Like if you hurt something up here, you'll probably feel something all the way
Yeah.
at your foot. But if you hurt something here, you won't feel it up here.
Yeah.
So think
And
about
I
it
haven't
like
really
that.
been lifting legs that much either, so they could be like kind of weak. To think that.
I don't think it's weakness because you've been like kind of like generally in an athletic form your whole life. It's
Yeah.
not like it's your first time you're like
True.
doing something. So I wouldn't say you're weak. I'd say like I found the more like hip flexibility type of things I do before a run, I have less knee pain in the run.
Really. How long do you spend warming up?
Probably like 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. I should do better warm ups too. I do like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
I have like so what I do definitely I start out with like leg swings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about when I
yeah,
say
yeah.
that. So like I do like forward and then the
Sideways,
outside.
yeah.
I do 20 each leg. Then I do a figure 4 stretch. You
What's
know those?
that?
So like
I
you
don't
need
think I-
something to hold on to, whether it's like the back of your car, but like you go.
Oh yeah,
and you
to
really try to
stretch
sit
the
into
back
it, not
here.
just like go down.
Yeah.
You wanna, like,
Really roll your
lean
hips.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
And like that stretches all the way up to the top. And I found the more I do that, it like the less knee pain I have. So you got to think about it that way. If you're tight up here, that could be making your quads tight
Yeah.
and hurting the tendon.
Fuck yeah. I'm going to start doing better warm ups and stretch my quads.
Yeah, and the
more.
longer, especially like the 3-mile runs, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Not when you're starting to run 13,
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. You're doing that for like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
The same movement. The
Yeah.
same like.
When you're doing it for that long, it's worth putting in the extra. If you're going to run for 2.5, 3 hours anyway, you might as well put on 10 more minutes.
Yeah,
to
like
fucking
what's the matter?
warm up.
Usually,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that's usually how I feel on the short runs. I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. I got things to do. Like I'm just gonna go run
Yeah.
real quick. I'm not even gonna think about it. Just go outside, put on the shoes, go.
Yeah.
And I've done that a few times and I'm fine. But like, I'm really trying to tell myself, like, because I never used to be a big stretcher or, like,
Yeah.
focus on my flexibility, but, like, all this has taught me, like, you have to, because that's how you get injured.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I feel like if you can strike a good balance of stretching, lifting, running,
like at a young age and stick to it, then
like, yeah, you're not going to be the most jacked or the most flexible or the fastest guy, but just overall health
You'll be
and
healthy.
wellness, like an ability to do any activity that comes your way,
Yeah.
you'll be set to do, you know?
Yeah, I think, well, even when you're not doing anything like this, when you're older, if you've been flexible your whole life, you'll probably have less issues with walking.
Yeah.
All that stuff that
That's what I
people-
mean, just general.
Like, and that's
life
important.
quality,
And that's
yeah.
why I'm, like, realizing, not even just for this, like, I need to, like, just be better with that.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to be, like, really stiff as, like, an old man. And,
Yeah.
like, I can't do much.
totally.
Because I see that with people, and I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Even like our parents' generation, like stretching
Yeah.
was nowhere near as big of a thing. And
Yeah.
now we see a bunch of, it's kind of interesting how the most popular like podcasters are all fit people, like Joe
Yeah.
Rogan, Andrew Huberman, Lex Friedman, Chris Williamson,
Yeah.
even like Andrew Schultz and
Yeah.
Theo Von. They're not like jacked, but they're like in decent shape. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they're if you like, I think that my thing is, like, if you're gonna be on, like, a social platform, like, part of, like, being, like, presentational is, like, showing that you care about your body.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, honestly, like, when I know this is just my mindset, whenever I go to any type of interview, like, showing, like, that I'm someone who's generally takes care of their body shows that I, like, can plan well, be disciplined,
Yeah.
and committed to something.
Yeah.
Because, like, it does take that.
Totally.
And, like, that has come up a few times in, like, my world of exercise science, where, like, I talk
Oh
about,
yeah,
like,
especially there.
like right now I'm training for a marathon, and, like, that just shows, you know, commitment to habits, planning, you know, adjustments, like, even, like, take that outside of
Ability
running.
to do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah, like
to
that
achieve
mental
the
part of it.
goal.
Like,
Yeah.
I've talked about that, and they take it valuably. And I think it's like, if I'm ever in that position, if someone, like, show, like, from an outside, this isn't, like, to shoot down the people that may not be in the best shape of their life, but, like, I think it is a plus because it shows they take care of their body, and that is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it's any coincidence that like the people who happen to be more successful are people who
Yeah.
exercise, because if you don't show discipline and ability to overcome obstacles and
Which happens.
focus on yourself, which is the most like important, your body is really like the most important thing in your life. That's
Yeah.
the only. If
It's
you don't
only-
have a body, you've got
Yeah.
nothing.
It's
You
your
know what I
richest
mean?
investment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what people always tell me, like, when I'm talking about, I try to, like, so in my parents', like, generation, like, spending money, if, like, they had to cut corners, it was like, okay, like, I don't have to have a gym membership or stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, and I've kind of, like, told my parents, like, really, like, my mindset, like, my health budget will be one of the last budgets I make shortcuts in if
Yeah.
I need to. Because, like, you have to think about it. It's like a bank. Like, your body's a bank. The more money you put into it, the wealthier it is.
Yeah.
Like the more
And
you do
work,
for
yeah.
like, you need, like, that is your most important investment, because if you don't have that, all your other investments probably are drained from expenses,
Yeah.
or you don't have the opportunity to use
Yeah,
those.
you just literally cannot do it.
without,
Yeah.
so, like, in my head, it's like I spend, like, in all my categories of spending, I spend the most things on things that relate to my health,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with, because I think in the long run, when I'm, like, 50 or hopefully 50, and I still hopefully I'm reach that age, but, like, I plan, like, that's how I think about it. It's like, if I put money into my body, that's my best investment.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
And those guys on the media, like you said, they like, if they can stay disciplined with that, like, it shows that, like, that's how it translates to business success.
Yeah. Exactly. And even just shit with running specifically, like, don't focus on how much more you have to go until you finish. Like,
Yeah.
count up the miles.
Yeah.
Don't let bad thoughts overtake you. Like little shit that really does carry over
It
to real
does.
life, and they help you succeed in real life. So those people who are fit have like an unfair advantage. Not an
Yeah.
unfair advantage because anyone can get it, but
Yeah.
a competitive advantage rather.
And it's not like they were just, like, I mean, there's certain people that, like, you know, in a sense, may have been born with, like, and like, just based off their metabolism and everything, a good physique. But I don't think anyone's ever just like born with something. I hate when I said that, like, because it's more like to some degree, like, you do earn the body
Yeah.
that you have. Like, you're not just like, oh, he just has a good gene. Like, I hate when people say that, because it really is like, yes, there's a genetic basis to, like, you know, your child as you grow through adolescence, but like once you, like, yes, your physical features, like your hair, all that, like, that has genetic basis. And even, we won't get into it, but there are things called slow twitch versus fast twitch.
Yeah.
You know how, like, some people just say, like, some people are just fast.
Yeah.
So you have certain muscles in your body that are slow twitch. So I'm sure you understand those probably relate to more endurance based things. You have fast twitch muscles, so quick movements. So, like, anything, like, you know, like, for example, like swinging a baseball bat, swinging a hockey stick, like any, like, quick movement muscles. Like, you can be, so you're kind of born with a set amount of those, but you can train more fast twitch muscles to be more slow twitch, like,
Interesting.
and to be an intermediate. But you can't really
can't
train a slow twitch muscle
fast.
to
Yeah,
fast.
interesting.
So
that makes sense.
there is a genetic basis to, but it's it is possible to become faster. It is
Yeah.
possible to be able to run longer. So that's why I hate when, like, just normal things, like if someone has a good physique, like, and people say it's good genes. No, it's not. It's effort. Because, like,
exactly. If
we
they
all
didn't
have
put
muscles.
any effort, the genes
Yeah.
would do nothing. Yeah.
Your genes don't determine how big my bicep muscle is going to be. If I just worked out my right arm for 2 months straight and ate a high protein diet, my right arm would become huge.
Yeah.
It's not because my genes said it would let it get that big. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
your
why I
genes
don't
might
like.
impact like maybe exactly how quickly your muscles grow. but-
Yeah, yeah,
if
and
they're
there are
big-
other parts that I don't
Yeah.
know that I may not be speaking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
But like you said, like how quickly they grow, or, you know, all that.
So
but
every little thing really
yeah,
is affected by your genes in one way. Or
yeah,
another.
definitely. I'm not disregarding that
Yeah.
at all. I just think there's action. You know,
I-
there's nothing that happens.
Yeah.
without action.
I never really thought about fast twitch fibers in terms of like upper bodies. Like whenever I think of fast twitch, I think of people's
Sprinting.
legs sprinting, but it does make sense.
Like think about
Better
like a
carry-
pitcher, like boom, like
Yeah, and in hockey, like certain people's like their snapshots would be so much harder, even though like I know they're doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I thought it was always just, oh, they've just been playing
longer.
for longer and have put more reps
to
in
some
and got
degree
harder.
that
And to
could
some
be-
degree that is true, for sure, because
Yeah.
those kids also were just better than me.
Yeah.
Period. So I'm sure they put in
Training.
more work. But also, I think it could make sense that the fast twitch overlaps. Because there's a couple kids in particular, like they would have real quick feet, like
Yeah.
little cuts, and they could also like whip the puck super
Yeah.
quick off of nothing. And it's crazy
It
to
is a
think that
thing.
like probably all pro athletes are like that. Like
Yeah, I
they have
mean-
the genetic gift and work their
Yeah.
ass off. for
Because
it.
like why, like to some degree, like you got to
What up,
think about.
viewer?
We have a viewer.
It says we have one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Not even on.
Yeah, we thought we had a viewer earlier, but
Yeah.
then we realized it was just Drew's phone.
They'll hear
But
that.
if you are a real viewer, comment your name because
Yeah.
we can't. Oh, it says they're gone now.
What if it's just my phone, like going in and out?
Yeah,
Or
it
they
could
just
be.
left.
I can never tell if this thing's inaccurate or just incorrect, or I feel like it is possible because every now and then, in every podcast, there's at least one or two times where it goes up to one viewer and then down real quick.
Yeah.
Like it could just be that someone somewhere in the world, this is their recommended. You know what I mean? Like just
yeah, it just pops
like
up.
the odds are so low, but it's got to pop up on at least one person in the
there's
world.
billions
screen.
of people.
Yeah, exactly. At
Yeah.
least one. Just
I'm gonna-
because they want to put it out and see how it is, like
Yeah.
see if it catches any traction to promote it more. So it totally could just be someone pops in, they're
Yeah.
like, "Who the fuck are these?
Two random
these
dudes.
idiots." Yeah.
On a
And-
Saturday night.
Yeah, this looks like the lowest quality pod ever. The fucking webcam.
Well, you know
it
what,
just
like-
says Pat Pod 11 at the top.
You know, in like TikTok, like, do you have TikTok?
I have it, but I never really use it.
So when
Yeah.
you're scrolling on your For You page, most times it's just a video. Sometimes when I scroll though, I just get there's a random live video.
Yeah.
And like if I click on it, I can join it. Like
Join it, like as in you're in and can comment and stuff.
yeah, but if I don't click it, I can see for like a couple seconds for like 10 seconds what's actually going on in the live, and then if I still am on there after 10
Then it
seconds,
prompts you to join.
it'll be like click to join or
Yeah.
scroll.
Yeah.
So I wonder. I want to find you an example.
It's like either join
I
this
should
or
stop
keep
getting on
moving,
TikTok.
man. You're wasting time with your eyes looking at our product.
Yeah, literally.
Nuts.
I want to see if I find one just to like give you that.
Yeah. But you're saying that could be like
It
that
got-
for
like
one
I
other
joined
person's.
random lives
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Maybe I should start going live on TikTok too.
I gotta like.
I was thinking I should make an Instagram. Actually, I did make an Instagram for this. I just haven't posted any of the shorts on it.
Oh,
yet.
you have?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
you
think
sh-
there's 0
dude, you
followers.
should.
I think I literally.
Because if you
just
start
made-
following people, they'll follow it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
And
just getting
I've
distracted
I've
by
got,
good-looking
Nah, you're
girls,
good.
so.
I've got a. That's TikTok. You know.
Yeah, like that's why it's a bad product. I need to bounce off of it because like you just start scrolling and you're like, oh damn.
It's so easy to just keep going. I mean.
It's consuming instead of producing. I think.
Yeah. No, I've got a good bit of shorts now though. I want to count how many.
I love the shorts.
Shorts are. Oh wait.
I love the remember the AI like said like Drew's scandal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still use AI?
Drew's skin. I use it to get the clips, but then I change the titles.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
it
if-
was like Drew's shockingly scandal.
Yeah. Drew's shocking love affair, or something.
Yeah.
Tell me if you have any better names for these. Wait, I want to see how many there are total. One. I can zoom in. Don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How do you know your memories are real? That's crazy. Was that us or?
9. Yeah, I think so. 10, 11.
Yeah, you
12,
know what? It might have
13,
been.
14, 15.
So this isn't
So
Pat
8.
Pot 11.
No, these are from.
Oh, these are shorts.
Yeah,
not
these are
pods.
shorts, and I have ones from my podcast with Mark last weekend scheduled over like the next week or two. But okay, so I could just put like. Do you think I should just put all of them on
YouTube or Instagram?
or Instagram? Should I just dump them all on there, or should I like schedule them out?
You should schedule them out. I feel like if you dump them, people are just gonna.
Yeah, and I feel like you get in the. Is there not a way to explain this? I feel like you're more likely to get in the algorithm. You know.
Should
what I mean?
America be the police of the world? Wait.
Well, I don't. That's what I was gonna ask. I don't know how
Are
to.
some of these
title
like
it.
very? I mean, they're all pretty much serious.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, how the Patriot? Damn. Yeah, you guys talk
What?
about different things.
Which one are you looking at?
Patriot Act.
Is that on this?
Down.
Oh, down.
Wait.
Oh yeah. 2
Rebounds,
likes, nice,
discipline, and pleasure.
100%, 5 views. Oh, when did this
15
one?
views.
This is the best one, not in terms of the content, but of the transition. Like
Let
you
me
know
see
how
it.
some of them it'll be like they'll be saying something and then it goes back to the beginning of the clip and just rolls. This one it worked out perfectly for that. Oh wait. This was when the mic was out, so I had to like edit the sound. It was weird. Hear the echo?
Yeah.
Crazy, yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's awesome. And so, and supposedly they gave it to like a big military defense company, and oh, it didn't replay. That's fucked. Wait, let me.
What's You had one that had 70 views.
Some of them, only two of them got like a decent bit. They have like one of them is like 500 something, the other one is like 400 something. Yeah. Oh fuck.
This is the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire.
I want to see it where it replays. Because actually, now that I think of it, I don't think I've actually watched it replay.
Back to its original shape, and it was super light. And when it was in its shape, you could bang on it, and it was like hard and solid, like a metal sheet. But you could crush
But it was light.
If it was light, like durable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And and supposedly they gave it to like a big military defense company, and
What the fuck? One more time. And then I'll try to... It's not going to do it. That was the same thing I did last time. Oh, well. It seems like it'll be that way, though, doesn't it? It ends on
like
and...
it would just replay. Yeah,
Yeah.
right to the beginning. It was a perfect flow. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't... All of them are just like...
Which ones have like the most views?
questions. These ones are all scheduled for later. These are
scheduled. I was
September
gonna say, when do they have
25th.
0?
Yeah.
Two likes.
15, 5, 2, 70,
27, 198.
198. I think that was us. Yeah.
498. Is there a higher power?
498.
Yeah. That's because you're talking about God. Wait, that's us. 7
Dude,
likes.
fuck. Wait. Yeah. I should put more.
1 comment.
I should put. Nah,
Wait.
this one isn't us. This is with Seth, I think.
Wait, I thought
This
I talked
one's
about
with
this.
us. We might have. I don't know.
Wait, who is that?
This is with my buddy Seth, I think.
I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
But
But you have a comment
I
on
should
that.
put more
That's sick.
hashtags on here. That's what I
Yeah,
should
that's
do.
how people get to
Yeah.
like, fall into it.
So all the ones that have the most views have hashtags. Yeah, this
What do I
one.
have with you? What are the ones that I?
It starts here.
That one, the machine must rest.
Yeah.
What is that?
198.
Wait,
177.
how it's recovery? Okay.
Yeah. You want to watch
Machine
it?
must rest. It's funny. I love it.
Not that you can't, like, I'm able to, like, you gotta just have that willpower, and, like, you gotta be like, alright, I know I said I was gonna do this, but it's like, some days you're just like, wow, like when I got home from work today, I was really
Wow,
I was
wow.
like, I'm just gonna chill out for an hour
Yeah.
before I got changed, came over here, because I was like, I can't do right away, I gotta, like, take a little
Yeah, exactly. Humans
The
are
machine rest.
as much as we think we are. And to some degree we're a machine, but not really.
Yeah, we're animals.
Our bodies are machines, but our brains are animals.
Not that you can't,
Okay,
like,
that's the machine must rest. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, so I feel like I should put better titles, but I don't. I feel like these are just basic. Motivation
mean-
is a snowball effect. Like,
You got to put hashtags.
yeah, I
Because
I
those are
forgot
the ones
to put
that are
hashtags
like
on
getting.
these ones.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones that are getting people. Because I feel like
Yeah.
when I'm scrolling, that's how I get random.
When's 15th? Is that tomorrow? All right, I'm gonna put hashtags on this one real quick, just so because that one will go
Trump
live
versus
tomorrow.
Kamala. Like do an election
Yeah.
20.
Oh yeah. Hashtag. Yeah, you're right. I'll do that as the last one. Hashtag Trump.
Or like
Hashtag
2024 election.
democracy.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Nice.
you honestly will get put on a lot of people's feeds with that.
Oops. Hashtag
Hashtag I can do this all day.
CI. What'd you say?
No, the one that said hashtag I can do this all day.
Hashtag. That's not what I wanted. I want CIA. Hashtag
Fit. Oh no, wait, no.
2024 election.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them have a lot.
Hashtag.
Trump, hashtag Harris. Yeah, see, you'll get big ones with that.
Even though it's not related at all, that's crazy. If it does
You didn't
work,
put a
I'll do
space
it.
there.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Harris Walls. Which has more? Just Harris, probably.
Yeah, but I feel like Harris is a common name. Like, he may not know which one.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Whatever. You don't have to include her.
Whatever.
Kamala.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
Kamala.
yeah. Hashtag. That's her whole, like, branding.
Yeah. Kamala Hassan. Kamala Harris. There you go. Does it have anything to do with, like... I mean,
No,
should
like,
America
not at
be,
all.
like...
I'll,
Like, what are you guys talking about?
we talk about, like, the CIA.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess...
Yeah,
It
I
has
mean,
nothing
yeah.
to do with the election.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the election. But it is, like, America.
A political topic, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
We should be taking care of, problems we have in our own country before.
Imagine if we threw.
Sometimes
all
it doesn't know who to
money
look
into
at
other
either.
countries. Imagine if we threw that into our own.
Oh my God, our own issues. Yeah.
If we gave the amount of half the money we gave Ukraine to the public school
Holy
system,
shit.
oh my God, dude.
Yeah, that is so true. How different would
Yeah.
Oh, that does kind of
They're
apply,
gonna have
actually.
money.
Yeah,
Like,
it
they
does.
can
Yeah.
spend that money.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have.
You might get views on this
Yeah.
one.
That money
Yeah,
is
it's just
there.
not the motivation.
Yeah.
It sucks the sound quality is so bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, in a way, we should be the police of the world for like underdog countries who are good and stop them from being corrupted by other countries. But people who are super powerful, that inevitably leads to, oh, okay, this country, we should make sure that's a good country so that they help us with stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, they're not a good country. Let's overthrow. The CIA's done this so many times. Oh, they're.
We should be taking care
That's
of.
honestly pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's relevant to debate, I'd say. Let's see if we have any viewers or comments. Oh, yo! We got some viewers and comments. Sorry, we were watching fucking random videos and assumed I didn't even share the screen because there was no one watching. I assumed no one would.
Who is this?
It's Mason Rio.
What's
All
up?
right, so we got a couple things. We'll just go one at a time here.
Big.
Or should we read them all at first? We'll read them all and then go one
Yeah.
at a time. Can animals decipher dreams from reality?
Whoa.
Oh, and hey, you guys look cute. Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you.
Big letters and arrows
I
on the
needed that.
thumbnail do very well. Oh, wait, fuck. I feel so bad you were listening to that and didn't actually get to see the shorts. That's a good idea.
Wait, did he
Big
see
letters.
the
I should
shorts?
make like at least. No, I wasn't sharing
Oh.
the screen because I'm a fucking idiot. But
Can animals
sorry about
decipher
that.
dreams from reality? Do animals have
That's a
dreams?
good question. Yeah,
Yeah,
do animals have
I
dreams?
mean, we're an animal, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like-
Scooby has dreams, I know, because she'll be like
Oh, your
Making
dog. I thought you were
no-
talking about.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Scooby Doo has dreams.
I was like, I don't remember that.
Haven't you ever seen
episode.
the movie?
Yeah.
No, but Scooby will have dreams because she'll like
Okay.
move her
yeah.
legs and like make noises and stuff
Yeah,
that
that's what I was about to say.
aren't just normal like sleeping noises.
Mhm.
Like she's like "Arr, oh," or like random shit.
So are you? I think he's asking like, do they know they're in a dream, and then when they wake up, do they know that was a dream, or is that? I feel like that's the question.
I would think not, just because that would require them to like. That's like
a cognitive.
they have to like remember. Oh, I was experiencing this earlier, but that's unrealistic because in my normal day I don't do
Yeah.
that. Like I think dogs might just be like experiencing what's going on right now, and they're not thinking about the past or the
Yeah.
future. I think about that with Scooby sometimes. Like she freaks out when Dan gets home from work, but when he's not home and she's just chilling, is she thinking where is Dan?
Or is she?
Or she just not even like forget him. She's just like, all right, he's not here right now. And then he gets here, and it's great that he's
Yeah.
here. But because that would if she did think, where is he? That's like I feel like that's a pretty advanced leap.
Cognitive.
Like you have to think like, okay, Dan is this person. If he's not here, that means he's out somewhere else.
Yeah. I feel
What
like-
is he out there doing?
Yeah.
Is he at the vet? Is he at the groomer? You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have any
places that she
idea.
knows.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the concept of what work is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't know he's out like putting glass.
Wow, this is like you could really go deep into this.
Let's go deep into it.
What
What are your thoughts?
I think it depends on the animal because
Let's get it.
animals, varying animals, like we have some of the most. We probably do have the highest emotional intelligence, like the ability to attach emotions to events, and emotions can manipulate our decisions. Like we can think about. We have cognitive knowing of conscious knowing that I feel sad. Or I feel angry, or I feel angry when I do this, or when this happens, like events that haven't even happened yet. So we can think about emotions and apply them to events. So to bring that into it, I feel like it takes a really high emotional intelligence for an animal to, like, sometimes we'll have a brief memory of our dream. We'll be like, oh, I dreamed this last night.
Yeah.
You'll forget details, but like, I mean, sometimes we'll wake up because like, I'll have dreams that I wake up where I'm like about to be murdered. Like crazy one, like once in a while, like something
Yeah,
bad
and it
about to
shocks
happen
your
to me,
body
and
and
then
you
just wake up.
Yeah.
And I
That's
hate
happened to me
it.
multiple times.
Yeah. Or like you're being
Oh,
chased.
I can visualize one so clearly. Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen tonight. Fuck.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, all right, this is kind of tangent, but I had a Swiper the Fox from Dora.
Yeah.
Swiper the Fox, little. I don't know why whoever got it for me, but in my bed I had like different stuffed animals, and one of them was Swiper the Fox. I watched Dora, I think. But like,
Yeah.
I had a dream, and I vividly remember it, that he was chasing me and trying to tickle me.
Oh my god.
It fucking
How
like,
you were when you were? This is when you were a kid. Yeah.
But if I had that dream tonight, it would still fucking freak me out.
Yeah.
Like this, like as a kid, this talking fox was trying to tickle me, and I hate being tickled. like I have emotional damage from that. But
It's
like I can think about that and have that emotion stuff. So I think it depends on the animal having the emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So like oh, something scary happened to me in my dream, or like to them it's like, okay, I was running, and then 1 second like they wake up, they don't realize they were dreaming, and they go run. Like,
yeah, exactly.
there's no like, oh, this was my dream or this was my reality.
Yeah, two things. It's funny how
Sorry,
I love it. It's funny how like Swiper the Fox from Dora, like if you see that in real life, that's not at all a scary
it's
thing.
not scary at all.
But in a dream, your brain can take two things and mash them up. So like if you saw like, you would never see this, but you would freak out if you saw like a giant 3-headed dog, like
yeah,
the one in Harry Potter, you would freak out.
yeah,
But in a dream, your body can take that visual of Swiper the Fox and put that feeling
Yeah,
of like a giant
exactly.
3-headed dog, and it's just totally not realistic. But
I mean, to be honest with you, if someone in a Swiper the Fox costume was chasing me,
well, yeah,
I'd be fucking freaked
yeah,
out still.
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
like, as
I
a
would
kid-
be. You're right. If you or even
Yeah.
weirder, it wasn't a guy in a suit. Like
Yeah.
it was an actual cartoon.
life
Swipe the
size.
Fox. Yeah.
I just think it was just like in my head, like, and what the problem was, I would wake up and it was one of those stuffed characters that like the eyes were like very human like.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking
was
staring
vivid.
into me when I
Yeah.
woke up. I got rid of it the next day. Like
Oh, did you? It was like
I was damaged, dude. I like that was one of the scariest dreams I've ever had.
wow.
And it happened a couple of times. Like, and I know you usually don't remember dreams that well.
Yeah.
But like I remember
Certain
this.
ones stick for sure.
And it's like, yeah, it's not that scary, but like you said, like it can take this like stuffed animal that, you know, really, or like an animal that in the show doesn't do anything scary. I think for me, he always was like trying to like, you know, he always
He's a
tries to
bad
steal
guy.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. So in
Yeah.
my head when I went to bed, it's like, okay, bad guy. And you take that and like it makes it this big scary
Yeah.
thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like
That's like the only link your brain needs to be like bad
Yeah.
thing, big monster. Yeah.
whenever like
Yup.
somebody asks me like an interesting fact about me, that's my go-to.
Really? That is
Yeah.
a good one.
Because it gets everybody to laugh, and it's like, it's so random.
Yeah, it is random. That's a good random fact. I never know what to say for that.
I hate those questions.
Yeah,
Like
they're the
in the past, like when I've had like what's it called, Tinder downloaded, and there's like a prompt or something, and like say
Like
something
your
like,
bio.
yeah, like, and I say like, or I'll say something like, or I think Bumble's the one with prompts. I'll like, in the past I would have like, it would like tell something like interesting about yourself, and I would do that, and like people would just laugh at it, and it would like start conversation just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Because like
true.
it's so random.
That
and
is
it's
so
funny.
random. Yeah. That is a perfect little thing, and everyone can relate to it because everyone knows
Like a
Swiper
bad
the
dream.
Fox.
Yeah,
and
everyone knows
how
Swiper the
tickling
Fox.
feels. Yeah.
And like I feel like I don't have anything like cool or crazy interesting about me. Like, you know, whoever like comes out here and has 4 toes, they're like set for life with that question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like they can
Yeah.
just say that and everyone's like, no way, show me. And, like,
Yeah. Yeah. They're never gonna be a gymnast, but they always
yeah.
got that.
They never have to feel stressed about that question. Like, oh my god, when
Yeah.
I go into like something new and the person goes, all right, I think the best way to start is like introduce yourself, say something about, you know, interesting about you, what you're here for, like
Yeah.
all that. Any type of scenario.
Dude.
And like I hate that question.
I agree. I was at fucking work, and on like my second week, they had this
Yeah.
all hands, like everyone on our like broader
Floor.
team
Mm-hmm.
in a meeting. It was like 100, not 100 people, maybe like 50 to 75
Yeah,
people.
good amount.
Yeah, a good amount of people, and like the first slide after the intro slide was like, all right, so we got some new people to introduce because there was like 3 or 4 of us, and of course my name was the first on the list, and they were like, so why don't you all go around, each stand up, like tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been here for 2 weeks, like I barely know the
Yeah.
name of my team. Like, yeah, I'm on same team as all you, like
Yeah.
to try to make a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
No one really laughed.
I
And
can
then
picture that.
dude, no, this is, yeah, it was bad.
I
And
can
then-
picture
and then,
like you like, because I feel like you would take the same approach with like a group of friends or whatever, like saying something like that, and like most times people would laugh. Like I laugh at that type of humor. Like it's like that obvious humor,
Yeah.
but it like makes you laugh because it's obvious. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, exactly. But
At work,
you
it
don't
didn't work.
Yeah, and I don't know any of them well enough to like. It was just in hindsight that was a bad move. And then
It's
I didn't know.
probably so
They're
embarrassing.
like, and what do you do? And in my head, I'm like, I've been doing training. I don't want to
Yeah.
just say that because I don't want to sound like I'm doing nothing. But I didn't know. This all happened
Yeah,
so quick.
that's scary.
And I was like, yeah, like I run and play guitar. I don't really know. I wasn't prepared for this. And then
That's
that
good.
got a big laugh. So then I was like, all right, at least I
Yeah.
redeemed myself a little bit.
Dude, I would have been dying if you
Yeah.
said the first thing, but
Yeah.
I'm on the same team as you.
Yeah.
That's scary. Like in a big group like that,
Yeah.
when no one knows you and you're the newbie.
Yeah. And they're
that's scary.
all older and
Yeah, like
the
they're
next
not.
youngest guy is like 28 or something.
Yeah.
And he's super chill, but they're
You're not
all
like
older.
around a bunch of 20-year-old, 21-year-old. Like you're around people that like you look up to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or are superior.
Or you're superior. It's interesting how you go through phases of that and it never really ends. Like going from the 5th grader to the 6th, like in 5th grade, you were like the king of the school. And then
Yeah.
in 6th grade, you were the bottom. 8th grade, top. 9th grade,
Ninth
bottom.
grade, top.
Same thing with
Yeah.
senior year of high school and
Freshman.
college. And then college, like, it was great, like you said, because you're just so used to hanging around
Yeah.
a bunch of people your age. And especially by the time you're a senior, you know everything about
Yeah.
how the school works and what things go on, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then after that, you're not around people your age who, like,
Yeah.
you know their sense of humor as well, because by the time you've been there for that long, like, you're hanging around the same people and you know each other so
Yeah,
well.
every friend
And-
group has a humor. like,
yeah, exactly.
sense.
And you,
Yeah.
like, it's every day down there, so it gets, like, ingrained in how, like, you talk and act.
Yeah.
And then you go into a completely different setting where
No
you don't
one
know
knows you.
anyone and you're the bottom again, so you can't be coming out of the gate saying some crazy
Yeah.
shit.
That's got to be scary.
No, it's not that. That made it sound worse than it is. But
But
I
in
just
that
mean
moment
like
when
in
you're not
little. You mean that? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
I
I
looked
meant-
at my watch after my heart was at like 112 or something like that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it definitely went up in that moment.
Yeah. Especially because I had no idea. I like saw my name on the slide and then he said that like 10-second long sentence. And then
Yeah.
it's like, Patrick, why don't you go first? I was like, fuck.
Yeah. And,
What am I about to say?
and you definitely feel your heart, even though it's like
Yeah.
112 is like when you're thinking about our training, like that's not that fast.
Yeah.
It's a slow heart rate.
but to go
like,
from
just-
whatever it was, like 72 or something.
Yeah,
probably,
you feel like like
Yeah.
you feel like the if it feels
yeah, you
like
can
it's going
feel it like in
200.
your hands. Yeah.
Yeah. That is, I know that we
Yeah.
all, I'm sure everybody has felt that at
Yeah.
one point.
And I know my face gets red when I like have that feeling because I've had that feeling in like class presentations, and I know my
Yeah.
face is red after.
I'm the same way.
Um,
When I'm like
yeah.
going up to present, I'm like, you can start to see like after like it almost was like an effort, like it was like tiring because
Yeah.
my face is red.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this guy Alex Ramosi. He's like a business guy. Not to change subjects.
It's
We weren't even really on a subject.
Kind of just bouncing around.
But
We were talking
He-
about animals, and then we got to that.
yeah, somehow we went from dreams.
I
to that.
forgot.
Also, it says 0 viewers now, so I'm guessing he's
He checked
out
out.
of here. Yeah.
Maybe he'll
But-
come back.
Yeah. But there's this business guy, Alex Ramosi, and he was talking about presentations and how he'll just practice a presentation. I guess he knows well ahead of time. He'll practice it like 100 times, like with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, do like the 20-minute, half-hour presentation, and then by the time you get there, like you're not nervous at all. And that really, it does make sense. And
I've never
like he's
done
like,
that.
if you're nervous, that means you're underprepared. Or yeah, pretty much. There's like
I've
different
never
types
really-
of nervousness, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're that type of nervous where your heart rate goes up and your face gets red, you're just like
Yeah.
unprepared.
I like there's part of me that always thought like that's uncontrollable. Like I'll always be like this no matter how much I prepare. But like I don't think I've ever like actually for all my presentations throughout college, like and I had some big ones. I don't think I spent more than like the big ones I spent maybe like a couple days where I practiced once a day.
Yeah, I agree.
I
I never
never-
practiced more than like 5 or 10 times.
I,
10
like,
would-
really
I don't
wi-
think I've ever practiced 10 times on a presentation.
I really like if I like as I go into like
Actually.
school next year probably like I like honestly want to try practicing a lot because like I have a fear around presentations because I like feel like I just it's not
Yeah.
my forte like
I don't like being like the one
Yeah.
everyone's looking at necessarily.
I feel I'm more like I can be the guy behind the scenes doing the hard work. Like I can do that
Yeah.
stuff. And like I can present. I'm not saying I can't. But it's not like my strength. Like,
Yeah.
There's people who do less in a group, but they're great. You know, they can illustrate something through their words.
Yeah.
In front of people. So like I feel like but I've never really given it that much practice. Like,
Yeah.
I've always just assumed, oh, this is me. So I think the next time I have the opportunity, I'm gonna really try that.
And see how it feels. Yeah.
Because like, what if it's different? I'm like, holy shit! I just thought this was me, and like, really, it's just being nervous because you're unprepared.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know it in and out like the back of your hand.
You're not gonna think twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's that
Exactly.
thinking versus thought type of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're like I think with
The
presentations
repetition. Yeah.
ahead of time, you're thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna be nervous, blah blah blah. Where it's like you have the thought, just take the action on it. So practice. When you wake up that day for the presentations, you just have the presentation. Just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't like attach these.
It's
emotions.
ingrained in you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate to cut it, but like I'm kind of tired, and it's
Oh, yeah.
9:30, and like I was gonna try to end around this
Yeah,
time.
no, that's totally fine, dude. We had a great pod.
Yeah, I like.
I feel like that's one of the good things about the pod, though, is you like practice, like articulating your words
Yeah,
in a good. Not even it's not like presenting, but
it is.
a little bit. Like you're
I know you don't have
thinking more about what you say instead
Yeah.
of just like rambling. Or
Yeah.
you can still ramble, but
because we don't have
You know
like,
what I mean.
viewers per se, but like in the sense that like technically you're making something in a product, and it might be seen by people, so it's like that
Yeah.
brings some nervousness. But
yeah, you want it to be like
decent.
I don't want to just put out something with all my name on it that's like absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Like there's been some of the shorts that it spits out where I'm like, oh, this could be one, but this really isn't. Like
Yeah, what you should put up.
if I saw this, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's good. Yeah, don't do that.
Nah, yeah. That's why each episode, like, sometimes I'll get
It'll generate.
3 clips, sometimes I'll get 6 or 8 clips if it's a longer
Yeah.
episode. I feel like I'll get a lot from today because
Like we hit different topics.
Yeah, I agree, and we had a lot of them were like short and concise. Yeah.
They were serious too at some points.
Yeah, I agree. I'll put this.
Hopefully,
through the
maybe the
tomorrow
Swiper the
one day.
Fox one can hit the fame.
Yeah, that would be crazy if that one was the one that got like
Hashtag
400,000 views or something. Yeah. That would
If
be
it does,
crazy.
my childhood Drew would feel proud.
Yeah, it'd be like, I'm so
Conquer
glad
that
this
dream.
happened. yeah, I made that dream happen.
Yeah, like fuck Swiper.
Yeah, fuck Swiper. I win, you lose.
Yeah, I stole your shit.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
dope, awesome.
Peace out.